Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is King Ruthless, bringing you another StarCraft 2 commentary. This is going to be a Zerg versus Terran on the map Metalopolis. Going to introduce the two players. It's going to be second part of the replay pack, which is going to highlight Fuzzy. He's spawning in the top position as our red Zerg. His opponent for this game is going to be Team Complexity's Ganzi. He was formerly of Slayers, I believe. Yes, he was. He had some strong GSL showings, but now he is of Team Complexity. Ganzi's a very strong Terran, by the way. I think his TVZ's pretty sick. At least his TVT was pretty good. Not sure so much about his TVP. I'm not sure if I saw that many matchups of his in the game or paid that much attention. But now that I'm transitioning over to random, I haven't quite made it over to random, but transitioning to random on my main account. Might just stay as Zerg, but I'm pretty sure I want to be random. But now I'm paying attention more to TVT, PvP, TVP, so on and so forth. Matchups that don't involve Zerg. But, I guess that's it for those announcements. Now, a little bit about Fuzzy. He is, again, in case you didn't watch the last video, he is a Canadian Zerg player. He is Grandmaster, very solid player on the North American server. Complexity's Ganzi is, of course, I'm pretty sure he's Grandmaster in Korea. He's been in GSL a couple of times. I believe he's been in Code S quite a few. I don't have those specific stats, although those would be pretty nice to have, wouldn't they? I should have come a little bit more prepared for this cast, but I just saw it in the replay pack, and I just thought, man, I gotta go ahead and cast this one. So drone go by the statue of Arcturus Minx, and it's going to scout. Nicely done here because he knows that his opponent did not spawn close by air. Therefore, he must be opposite locations. Now the drone here just trying to scout, I guess, for any sort of proxy barracks shenanigans. He doesn't want to get walled off. In fact, he's going to start picking away at this SCV. And, so far, it's just a pretty standard ZVT on this map. I don't think that... Well, I take that back. Looks like Complexity's Ganzi is going to go for a command center in the center. Now, this is what's very important, because as a Zerg player, you need right here to not lose that drone, actually. That's pretty big. Ganzi is going to kill off that drone. He is going to immediately get a gas because once this expansion goes down, he's going to have so many minerals. Ganzi hasn't really spotted what's going on, but sick timing right here on that scout for the Zonaga tower. There's no reason to not do that. And in fact, once this pull spawns, he should just make a couple of links to take care of this. So this SCV is going to unfortunately not be able to complete this. Two more SCVs are on the way, and a wall off with an engineering bay. So he was going to go for a planetary fortress, but I'm not sure if it's going to make it in time. In fact, 6 Zerglings are on the way. Now, if this drone can delay the mining here at this expansion for long enough. In fact, I'm wondering if Ganzi is going to get this up into a planetary fast enough. If he does, that's going to spell disaster for Fuzzy. In fact, what he might just want to end up doing is taking a gold of his own, or at least take a third. Like, I'm not even sure what Ganzi's doing here. Can he even afford a planetary yet? No, it's 150 gas, so there's still this timing that these lings can come out and keep this from turning into a planetary. And of course, that means that Ganzi is going to have to commit a lot of these SCVs to repairing it, unless this is actually going to be forced to be lifted off. So unfortunately, Ganzi's plan to go with a super fast command center or super fast planetary at this gold didn't quite work out. Ganzi's not dead by any means, but he's going to be behind. He's just scouting around, making sure that he knows exactly what his opponent's going for. In fact, Ganzi throwing down 2 more barracks. So at this point in time, Fuzzy can just drone up, really. As long as he gets his ling speed out, which is about halfway complete, he should be just fine. Our Satali looks like it's going to be 21 to 24. But now that Fuzzy has these 2 bases up and he knows that he's not under the threat of an immediate attack, he's just going to drone up like crazy here. Pretty much without any interference. It's going to take another half a minute for these bunkers to finish, and then after that it's probably going to take another 20 or so seconds. How long does it take to build a marine, by the way? It takes about 25 seconds actually to build a marine, the more you know. So I thought about half a minute. I guess that was correct. And in fact, we're going for a fast +1. I do like this out of Ganzi because he already went for this planetary fortress build, but wasn't able to utilize that gas the way he wanted to. So why not go for something like a fast +1? Behind that, you can get something like combat shields. This will keep him very safe from a lot of attacks. In fact, he can actually be aggressive, which it looks like he's going to do with the 5-Rex aggression. So I wonder if an Overlord is going to come in here and scout. No Overlords are in position. The Zerglings are going to run up here, not see very much. And Fuzzy doing the smart thing, taking a 3rd base, throwing down a Baneling Nest. Of course, this is going to prevent a lot of pushes from occurring. I'm starting to wonder, yeah, that Baneling Nest is actually very well timed, because any sort of really fast push with a lot of Marines. Now, Fuzzy should have scouted. That's a lot of Marines. And I should probably be wary of some sort of Marine pressure. Alright, so Ganzi's just being incorrigible right here. He's going for this command center, damn it. I mean, he's going to get the gold or bust. However, his opponent right now does have up 2 bases fully mining. This 3rd base will be on its way. Let's look at the income tab again. It's 38 to 32, so I'm not feeling like Fuzzy really did all the macro that he wanted to, but a bunker is going down at the gold. I don't think he's going to be able to halt this, and in fact, yeah, Terran is just going to be able to mule this up. He's going to get a bunker into place. The only way that he can really effectively deal damage here is to go for some sort of Baneling bus. And oh god, the walls on the supply depots are down right now. He is trying to lift them, but there are units in the way. This is pretty bad for Ganzi, actually, getting all these lings in his base. And he's trying to do some nice little stop micro on these SCVs, but there are just too many Zerglings here. No, it looks like more SCVs being rallied out. Looks like a Baneling bus is in the plans, is in the works here for Fuzzy. And that was a nice distraction. That did give him enough time to start droning up behind this. He is going to start an attack. He is going to pressure this gold base. I'm pretty sure he knows exactly what's going on here. Yes, he does. And the Banelings just need to actually hit SCVs, but they're actually going to miss all of them. Oh, that's a very, very, very unfortunate loss right there for Fuzzy. Just not able to do a lot. Nice micro there from Ganzi, keeping all his mules alive. Of course, he did lose some mining time, but he didn't lose that many. So Fuzzy's just going to keep up the aggression. He's going to force his opponent, or I guess his opponent is forcing him to make all these lings. I mean, he has 5 barracks right now with reactors, so that's technically 7 barracks producing at the same time. Factory just now going down, and +1 armor is on the way. These Marines are going to come pressure the 3rd base. Queen's already being very nice about this creep spread. He is going to be able to fend this off just nice. Needs to save that Queen. That would be a pretty big deal if that Queen did get down. Nice micro. They're actually saving the Banelings at the end there. Those Banelings are gas that you do want to save if at all possible. A couple Marines coming out here to clear the watchtower. And what's kind of nice about this situation, I mean, for Ganzi, he's going to mine out this base pretty fast. He's going to mine this out pretty fast. And if Fuzzy can survive for long enough, he will actually be the one at the advantage. Right now, he's going to have to withstand all these Marine attacks, and he's just going to have to go for upgrades, get his Baneling speed going. In fact, I think right here, Burrow would be amazing. He does have Layer. Is not going for Burrow that I know of. In fact, just going for centrifugal hooks to give himself Baneling speed. Getting up 2 more gases as well. Some nice creep spread here from Fuzzy. He's keeping on top of that. And a little bit of a miss rally here from Ganzi. But no, actually, that's not a miss rally. He's keeping these Marines down here on purpose. It's going to make it really difficult for for Fuzzy to engage this. This extractor will go down. This will be a bit annoying. But, I mean, he's not going to be able to do too much damage to the hatchery necessarily. In fact, he might... I don't know if he's going to wait for that centrifugal hooks before he attacks us, but that's just a really nice positioning here from these Marines. So a couple of these Marines actually getting kills. They are being forced back by these Zerglings, but of course it will be obliterated by this Marine pressure. Some nice splitting here, so I'm not as sure if Banelings are necessarily the best way to handle this, but he will clean up the attack. And that's what matters. He's still able to mine off this 3rd. In fact, after cleaning that up, he might want to try and regain position of the middle. But in fact, being a little bit indecisive, actually throwing out a couple of Zerglings to kind of test the waters. That's actually a lost water because there comes another big Marine push. More Banelings being morphed in, but they do have speed now, so Ganzi's got to be very careful not to engage on creep. The creep spread is pretty nice here for Fuzzy, and those fast Banelings are going to be able to make short work of these Marines. Of course, this Marines just being so annoying, but these are speed Banelings. They're taking out so many of these Marines. Medevac's not quite here in time to effectively heal all these Marines, but the pressure here has been done, and again, I mean, if Fuzzy can hold off these Marine attacks, he should be just fine. So he's morphing in more Banelings at home, but there are Medevacs here. They do have +1, but man, Marines with STEM and 1-1 are just so strong. He's actually going to be forced away from this expansion, and Fuzzy's going to have to wait for these Banelings to morph before he can get any damage done. Is there any target fire on these Banelings? No, not paying attention. Ganzi was not paying attention. and unfortunately lost there. Looks like a double drop coming in here into the main base. We will see how much damage that Ganzi can do. Will he send these units, or will these Zerglings come back in time? Looks like he's going to wait to consolidate all these Zerglings before he decides to engage. Might be a bit of a mistake here. In fact, this game could go either way right now. Ganzi is getting down to his third, by the way. He's about mined out of his gold. This is a pretty close game. In fact, he's going to be forced to evacuate the natural. You never want that situation. There's drops going on everywhere. Ganzi doing a very good job multitasking. And here comes some decent marine splitting here, but a nice baneling hit. Pretty decent marine splitting, though. But of course, Ganzi uses this to buy time for his next push, and this is really to delay force or to apply pressure to the third. Not enough banelings really to take care of this marine force, but he's not going to scout this fourth quite yet. But these Metawrecks are a dead giveaway. Zerglings are going to begin to attack. There is a decent split here from these marines, but that will give enough time for these banelings to move in. And again, with the very irritating positioning here, I feel like if Fuzzy was able to get some creep tumors down in time, he would be just fine. Some decent splitting with the banelings, and it's actually able, nice hit there, is able to take out the next batch. So the next push has been dealt with. There are mules now out on the map. They will be able to handle these drops quite handily. So these drop ships will be dealt with. So while I like this from Fuzzy, I would prefer he go... oh, wow. I was about to say I would prefer he go for Infestor, but this is ballsy. Ganzi's actually going to try and take this base, but Mutalisks are going to say, no way, buddy, you cannot take this base. In fact, you're going to have to earn it the hard way. There's plenty of Zerglings and Banelings here to deal with this marine aggression. It will be cleaned up. So not the best hits in the world. Oh, that's a pretty good hit, actually. And with all these Metavacs going down, that's actually going to slow down Ganzi a lot with his aggression. So really, Fuzzy's going to be able to get up these fourth. As long as Fuzzy is able to maintain the aggression with these Mutalisks and keep Ganzi from mining out this base. If this base gets mined out, he's in a lot of trouble. Decent creep spread here as well, and he's able to spot these Metavacs. He should be able to react in time if he's able to spot this. Looks like Queens are going to take out these Metavacs as well. Now, keep in mind, Ganzi can't just keep losing all of these dropships. He is going to... It's not like he has infinite gas. He does have limited gas, and of course, with all of these... I mean, this is just unfair, Terran. Seriously. The fact that you can mule up golds. That's why I don't like gold bases. But Marines are coming in to pressure the third again. There are plenty of Banelings here. Looks like some transferring drones will get picked off. Meanwhile, there are Mutalisks out here trying to pick off this factory. Not quite sure if I agree with this. In fact, Mutalisks attacking into a bunker here, not the best idea, but I think he's trying to focus on this attack. He's going to lose a sizable chunk of his Mutalisks force, so very unfortunate. Another drop going here by Ganzi. And really, Zerg is just being on the defensive. In fact, he's kind of stuck in his tech. He's stuck just kind of making units non-stop, not able to really tech the way he would like. We do not have a hive on the way. In fact, I do not know if there's an infestation pit down. And it looks like it's only 2-1. So these drops are being super effective, being super annoying. In fact, another big drop coming in. Fuzzy's going to have to wait for these Zerglings and Banelings to move in before he decides to engage with Mutalisks. Again, cleaning up the drop. But again, with another push here at the front, this multitasking here by Ganzi is just relentless. So again, trying to be as annoying as possible. But after a while, when you keep on sacrificing all of your units, look how low that food supply is. I mean, yeah, he's being annoying. Yeah, he is trading, but Zerg is going to start pulling ahead very shortly. I'm wondering why Ganzi's not trying to repair this. He totally could. Alright, but I mean, this is kind of the time that Fuzzy can do a counterattack, hit before that 3-3 kicks in, and that will kind of be to his disadvantage. He's going to be a little bit behind, but if he allows that 3-3 to go down, he's really just going to hand the game away to Ganzi. So he really needs to be more aggressive with his pushing. In fact, there is creep all the way up here on the ramp. That's got to be a little bit intimidating for Ganzi. So Ganzi might slow down with the pushing at the very least. Alright, bunch of more Zerglings are out and on the way. Mutalisks finally getting a chance to come here into the main base. There's not a lot of defense at home, so a lot of these SCVs will go down. But I mean, this is kind of the issue that you have with constant pushing and losing all your Metavacs. You're not able to get the map control that you really want. So it looks like some more dropships coming in here. It looks like these Marines will be picked off, but another stemming hoop run and immediately run away. They know they are outmatched. And still... Fuzzy's stuck on tier 2 tech. He has not gone up to hive. He does not have any infestors. This is why I'm a little bit concerned. In fact, there's a sensor tower now here at the gold, which is going to be really hard to break. But of course, Ganzi's also committing a lot of his resources, a lot of his Marines, really, a lot of his army to protecting this base. Here comes another drop. Ganzi just not stopping with the drops whatsoever. I would like to see a couple of spines maybe go down, but of course that does cost minerals, which is quite expensive here in this later game. Notice that Fuzzy is keeping a couple of Banelings and Zerglings here in the base. In fact, a nice hit off by these Banelings, but actually not as good as it could have been. Looks like he's just going to go for it, counterattack, and take out this gold base. It's not a bad idea at all. In fact, these Banelings, what are they doing? They're not even hitting the SCVs. Oh no, but this orbital at the very least will go down. So Fuzzy is taking control of this game at the very least. He is able to do some sort of aggression. Now there is another Marine push behind him, so after this is taken out, if he's able to save enough Banelings, I think Fuzzy should be fine. He needs to keep this Baneling count up. So more Zerglings is streaming in. Looks like 3 attack is done. And this is a scary point right here for the Zerg. This is a very, 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 very scary moment. He's going to have to wait for these Banelings to keep morphing in. Looks like the Marines are trying to target fire on the Mutalists. The Mutalists are trying to pull back. Decent micro right here from Fuzzy. And all these Marines will be taken out. Look at the supply plummet. It is 160 supply right now to 94. More Marines streaming in, and this is what you can do with the gold base. But now, Ganzi's going to start to mine out. In fact, he's mined out his main. This aggression can't keep up. I think that Ganzi, basically Fuzzy did exactly what he needed to do with his aggression. Sorry, with his defense really, and Ganzi's aggression was shut down. And quite literally, I think that Fuzzy can, he's grabbing another base. He just needs to be very smart with these engagements right here. He needs to keep this Mutalist flock alive. There's no way that Ganzi can be super aggressive at this point. Just play smart, keep defending, and you will be alright. So Marines just trying to come in and pick off as many Mutalists as they can. It looks like there will be more Mutalists here than Marines, but they still don't want to necessarily engage. So, I mean, let's look at the upgrades on this Mutalist. There's actually 0 upgrades on the Mutalist, so they're not able to do as much damage as they would like. These Banelings not being super effective. You don't want to do them in that low of numbers, but nice job keeping the medevac count really low. And this is just crazy. Fuzzy is mined out at 2 of his gates, but GG goes Ganzi, and I'll tell you why. Look at how low his minerals is. He was really hedging on getting this expansion going, kicking in, diverting the attention of his opponent so far that he could get that 3-3 up and then grab this 3rd base. But unfortunately, he just ran out of minerals, and he knew that the Zerg was going to be able to kill him before he was going to be able to grab another base. So it's a very nice defense there from Fuzzy. I was very impressed. Even though he stayed on later tech a little bit longer than I would have liked, it ended up working out. I still feel like Infestors would have saved him a lot of heartache, but Fuzzy, you just beat Complexity's Ganzi. That's pretty amazing in itself. So congratulations to Fuzzy. Good game. I have been your host, as always, Ruthless. Be sure to rate, subscribe, comments. Let me know what you thought about this game. Let me know what you think about these casts, especially with professionals. And I will see you guys next time. Peace.